You may have known them as Rob Feelgood's Joiner Inners, or as the backing band to Mike German's Spots way back before that, or as Mungo Time in the 80s. But most remember them as the seminal 20th century pop group that literally crossed all boundaries. In whatever guise, they were always Eric Neverlelawellowy, Spinky Bum Bum, and Cosmo Dymonaut on bass. All this was set to change when, in 1973, they were joined by a fourth member, one that, according to rock legend, came as if from out of nowhere, armed with only the melodies in his head and £16 million. He was, of course, the mystic and visionary, simply known as Sir Alan Parker, and we are indeed fortunate to have him with us tonight. Good evening, Sir Alan.
Good evening.
Sir Alan, when you joined the music immediately changed, for us and then for a whole subsequent generation. How do you view that?
Well, when I joined, they were still playing the blues circuit and considering a change of name, which sounds unthinkable now, but slowly we did away with all the R&B covers and went off very much in our own direction, blending sometimes oblique sounds with a more progressive approach. Now, some suggest the real genius lay within the production process, but either way, up to that point in 1973, I would say the music was still very much of that slightly atonal, progressive West Coast approach.
But after that, the rest, as they say, was history.
Oh, yes. After that, it went Deeee, 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 no, Deeee, 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 if my memory serves me correctly, yes.
I'm sorry?
I'm sure of it. Or was it Deeee, 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 Deeee?
Sorry, but with respect, Sir Alan, I find your recollection here almost alarmingly dismissive. Surely your work with Simon Rattle and the LSO...
Naturally, of course. That was a completely different state of affairs. That went Deeee, 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 a bit more like that.
Really? Seriously, Sir Alan, you mean to tell us that your historic etudes of Cecil Beaton's Hebridean Fishwife hymns were just D-D-D?
Well, that was more of a D-D-D-D-D-D, more like that. My wife's idea. No, it wasn't until the BBC approached me to record the TV theme from Coast that I was truly convinced I'd hit my stride. In fact, what I'm trying to say here is that was the point I truly believe my composing career started. But as history persists in reminding us, the results were epoch-defining.
And I believe we have a performance of this right now on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Alan Parker and his theme from Coast.
Thank you. Dee 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 dee.
Now, if I may respectfully interject here, Sir Alan, frankly, I find this bizarre attitude to your own work surprising and willfully vague. Almost as if you're deliberately trying to misrepresent yourself here. Now then, come on. It actually went dee 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 dee.
So it did, you're right.
Dee 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 dee.
Yes, that's it.
Dee dee dee.